I don't know, dude. Well, it's because he's safety. He's like defense captain.
Welcome in, everyone. We are going to run right out here. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We are broadcasting live from Shea Stadium. Rivalry night. Late September game between the Ridge Grizzlies and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles.
Yeah, this is definitely a really exciting one we've got here. I mean, of course, rivalry games are always important, but when it's also the homecoming game, I mean, how can you get any more high stakes than that?
Specialness for the fans on both sides.
Yeah, definitely.
2nd down and 8. Campbell Lancaster getting his 3rd straight start, the junior. Right into the hands, caught. Nice play. Harrison McCall with the catch. It was a little wobbly, but he held on to it. Got it. 1st down for Mountain Vista.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely some of the confidence you want to see from Campbell Lancaster in his 3rd start so far this season. I mean, he just puts it right in there on the sideline. It's a good throw. It's a good 1st down.
We talked about finding his groove. A little shaky in the 1st game, but on the road with Rangeview last week, he really found his great game. Tristan Smith rolls out to the left. Campbell's going to run it himself. He's got a lot of room. Campbell's down midfield. Great run by the junior. 1st down, Mountain Vista.
I mean, that's another great play right there. He doesn't see the wide receivers open, so he just takes off up the middle of the pocket, and he's got room for it. 1st down. I mean, this is a great start for Campbell Lancaster here.
Great start for the Golden Eagles. Really wanted this for motivation. They're going to hand it off here. Noah Hicks taking him down right at the 49, now in Ridge territory. We talked about Noah Hicks, who kind of replaced Colton Whiteside we saw in the 1st game against Pooter, junior replacing the senior.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they utilize the running backs here in this game. It's kind of a 3-way tie for first starter spot here.
Campbell fakes it to Noah Hicks, and he's taken down short of the 1st down, but a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Keeps it on the option. Takes it
Vista with the blackout, and Ridge with the whiteout, and the blue and green and the black and gold for Mountain Vista. Lancaster in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off again to Hicks. He's got some room, and that's the 1st down right there. Taken down around 35.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting start to the game by the Mountain Vista offense. I mean, they usually run that spread fast, wide receiver, pass-heavy offense, but here they've started out running the ball really hard. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they're going to continue with that game plan.
Well, now it's Whiteside instead of Noah Hicks. We'll see how he does. Over to the side, Tristan Smith. He's got room. Tristan Smith is free. He's going right into the end zone. There's a touchdown for the Golden Eagles. Great start for Mountain Vista. Tristan Smith on that far left side just took it and ran right around everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Mountain Vista definitely loves those bubble screens, and I mean, if you give it to Tristan Smith and he can get open on that sideline, I mean, anything's possible. That's a great start to the game by Mountain Vista. They just absolutely walked down the field.
It's not Thomas Hall kicking. It's number 25. Vinnie Mack, the junior. Thomas Hall has started almost every game for Mountain Vista. I'm not sure what the game plan was. Straight through. My apologies, it was Brady Stevens on the kick. Thomas Hall started the first 2 games against Pooter and Rangeview, but
yeah, I mean, we've heard some things about him having some sort of back injury, so I mean,
It's not about your size, it's what you can produce on the field. Big play coming up, they're going to run it, and it's blocked by Mountain Vista. Great play, great defense, just what they needed to stop a 3rd and 1. Here comes the Thunder Ridge punting unit, special teams. Punch it away back to Mountain Vista, and a great chance for Vista to be up 14-0 early in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, Vista has started off on fire so far. Thunder Ridge has had no response to them yet.
Crowd obviously getting into it.
And I mean, of course, at a homecoming game and a rivalry game, the crowd is going to be a huge factor in motivating these players to play better on the field.
Tristan Smith is back to receive the punt.
Has to be expected.
Off and away. It's a short punt. Takes a bounce, and Smith receives it off the hop, and he's taken down around the 35. Lancaster will get his second chance, and it looks like Whiteside is coming back in. So I don't know if Coach Cash has picked which running back he wants to start, but looks like for now they're rotating.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely a possibility that they will keep up this rotation through the game. I mean, Colton Whiteside, and Noah Hicks both have their own ups and downs. So, I mean, it definitely makes sense to keep rotating them to make sure that they can provide different looks against that Thunder Ridge defense.
2 receivers on each end of Campbell Lancaster. He's in the shotgun. He's going to throw, and that's a little too far for Whiteside. We spoke with Coach Cash on Thursday, and he talked about Mountain Vista changing their game plan from not only reading plays, but making plays the way they want them and having the other team adopt to the plays that they choose to make.
Yeah, and I think when you make a sort of philosophy shift like that, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the players on the field react to that. So far, they're reacting really well, but we're going to have to see if that continues.
2nd and 10, incomplete on that last take. Lancaster, we've seen him do that twice. It looks like he's in shotgun, going to pass it, and it's fooling the Thunder Ridge defense, and he just tries to go up straight up the middle.
Yeah, those quarterback draws they've been running, they seem like a good play to calm the nerves of Campbell Lancaster. The problem is they need to be able to get some yards out of them because it's 3rd and 10 here, and I mean, they're in kind of a bad position now because they decided to do that run on 2nd down.
Noah Hicks back in as the running back. Got trips to the right, lone receiver on the left side. Shotgun. He's going deep, but that's way off target. I don't know if there was some confusion in the play, but on that left side, obviously some confusion.
Yeah, it looks like that was a bit of a play miscommunication there between Campbell Lancaster and his receiver. I mean, that happens sometimes, especially at this high school level, but I mean, you would hope to keep those plays to a minimum, and I hope that Mountain Vista can keep those plays to a minimum going forward, because you never want to see that kind of utter confusion on the offensive side.
It's not what the Eagles were looking for. Great opportunity to go up by 2 touchdowns, but they'll come in and punt it off to Porter.
Punt almost blocked there.
And it's a little short, almost around midfield, bounces around at the 35, and Vista almost fumbled it, but here comes try 2 for Taylor White and the Thunder Ridge Grizzly offense.
Yeah, I mean, that first series they had was a quick 3 and out, so I mean, we're going to have to see how they respond to that. Especially because it seemed like most of that game plan for their first drive was running the ball really hard, pushing that run up the middle especially, and that one jet sweep around the outside to get everyone involved in that run offense. We're going to have to see if they're going to try and start passing it more now.
They do run it again, and a great game. First down for the first time for the Thunder Grizzlies.
Yeah, number 26 there, Spencer Lambert, coming out of the backside of that pistol formation there. And I mean, that's a good kind of run up the middle, just getting into the hole, hitting it hard, making sure that people can't tackle you easily. I mean, that's a good play right there.
And he also is of the shorter variety, so he might be short, but he can run through many of the tall defenders in Mountain Vista. Outside handoff and a great read. 3 men on the running back.
Yeah, there's another jet sweep there.
We've got an injured player on the field. That does not look good. Struggling to get to that sideline. Yeah, we saw Ryan Lee go down late in the game versus Pooter with an injury, and I believe he's back for this game. So We are waiting to see who this player down is, but looking like it's his lower leg.
Yeah, and from the way it looked coming out of that play, it looks like that was one of the cornerbacks there coming in to try and make that hard tackle, and it looks like he just came down with a bad injury there. We're going to have to see who it is and see how they assess the situation here.
For the seniors in this Mountain Vista squad and the Thunder Ridge squad, it has been Mountain Vista who won the first 2 years. Thunder Ridge won last year. So for Thunder Ridge, it's either an even split if they win, or Mountain Vista trying to get 3-on-1. It's Max Ruppert, senior leader.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a bad injury for them. He's one of the core linebackers on this defense.
One of the captains as well. White trips to the right, quick pass, right on the money, and he gets by. Right down the side. Thunder Ridge is going to score. What legs? Wyatt Ham, the 5'11" running back. Wide receiver, I mean, just took it, and it looked like a harmless play, but he's got the speed on him, and he ran right down the sideline, and we got a tie game.
Yeah, I mean, he gets that sideline fast. He gives his cornerback a stiff arm to get him behind him, and then he just puts on the speed. I mean, there's not too much you can do about that as the Mountain Vista defense, except maybe try and get a safety over there quicker. But I mean, you can't really blame him there. That's a good play by Thunder Ridge.
Yeah, good play, good read for Mountain Vista. They were just obviously beaten with the speed. A little bit of confusion with the refs. PAT coming up. They haven't put the 6 up for the Grizzlies yet. I'm pretty sure he got in the end zone. He wasn't down.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he got into the end zone. Yeah, and it looks like the refs are going to give him a touchdown, and they're going to attempt a 2-point conversion here, it looks like. Oh, no, they did not get the touchdown, apparently. He must have stepped out of bounds right before the touchdown.
Oh, so 1st and goal here. Not a touchdown. Tristan Smith is going to hand it off and stop the Vista. So that's a great opportunity. Mountain Vista thought they just got a touchdown scored on them, but they have a chance here to make it only to 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a valuable opportunity because, I mean, you would have assumed from that last play that they had just given up a touchdown there and they were back on even terms. But so far, according to that official ruling there, I mean, they haven't scored yet, and anything can happen here.
2nd and goal. They're going to run again, and they're celebrating. That is a touchdown. So now, officially, it will be a tie game. Of course, in this situation, if they miss the PAT, which is unlikely, although we did see Thomas Hall in 2 games ago miss a PAT, which might not mean anything in the start of the game, but can be crucial well down the road when you're trying to tie the game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see, especially because number 14 on the field here to take the kick, Andrew Bookman. He's a wide receiver kicker hybrid, so he might not get entirely specialized kicker training, which, I mean, could mess with his kicking. We'll have to see here.
Kick is up and is good. Well, although Mountain Vista is home, it might not seem like it because Thunder Ridge is being loud right now. And they do share the stadium. Shea Stadium is for Thunder Ridge and Grizzlies, so although the rights are for Mountain Vista right now, there's a lot of Thunder Ridge fans in the crowd. So now this is a chance for a reboot for Mountain Vista, a chance to go up after. It's all about getting back after getting down.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to see how they're going to rebound from this one. I mean, they had an absolutely great first offensive drive. Their second drive was a little bit sputtery. They didn't do too well. There was some miscommunication on the offensive side of things, but I mean, there's definitely still a good chance here for them to come away with another good touchdown drive here.
Tristan Smith and Aaron Albertson set back to receive the kickoff from the Thunder Ridge team.
Yeah, I'd look for Tristan Smith here to try and break a big kick return.
They're actually going to go to the right side, and that's in the end zone, and goes out of play. Lancaster for 3rd drive for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. Last one was not successful. First one was. Took about 3 plays for Mountain Vista to get a touchdown.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to see how Campbell Lancaster especially reacts to this, because that first drive was all pretty much runs and then a lucky bubble screen pass that Tristan Smith just took around the outside perfectly. That second drive, they tried a bit more passing and it didn't go as well, so we're going to have to see how they react on this third drive here. Are they going to go back to the run, or are they going to stick with the pass?
He takes the run. Oh, he looks for the pitch, and he actually got it off. Campbell got hit, and right as he got hit, it looks like he got the pitch off. Lucky play. That could have been a possible fumble and a return into the end zone.
Yeah, that looked really dangerous from here. I mean, it looked to me that Campbell got hit before he could have pitched that. I didn't really see the pitch, but it looks like he just barely got it out in time. So, I mean, good play to him. They get a few yards where they would have gotten negative on that sack.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up. Nearing 6 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Campbell is looking to the right. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to run again. We've seen him do that 3 times.
Oh, ball's out. I think Campbell might have just gotten it back again, though.
So 2 lucky plays in the same drive. Whiteside will replace Hicks.
I mean, that's definitely always a dangerous type of play there, a quarterback scramble, and if you don't get down fast enough and you take a big hit from a linebacker, I mean, there's always the danger of fumbling like that.
Especially at the 20.
Yeah, luckily for him, he just managed to get right back on top of it, but that could have been a lot more dangerous.
They're going to go with that same play. This time he gets it off, and that's picked off. Thunderidge has picked it off. And he's going to go for the pick 6. He's in there. They have not ruled anything on the field yet.
He's going to call a touchdown.
Touchdown. Aiden Scott.
Oh, there is a flag on the field, though.
We'll have to wait to see who this is on. Thunderidge is celebrating.
There would be a good chance that it is on Thunderidge here. Usually when you come back on these kind of interception returns, there might be a flag. Usually these kinds of calls usually end up as block in the backs or maybe even a face mask possibly. We'll have to see what happens with this one.
Yeah, it can go either way. I didn't see anything. I was focused on Aiden Scott, who
it seems
really just
like
dove.
The referee talking to Coach Cash, and he does point towards the Thunderidge side of the field, so it looks like this one might be coming back here.
Taylor White, the quarterback for Thunderidge, is already on the field. Looks like he's a bit confused.
Oh yes, it was a holding call on Thunderidge before the interception, and Mountain Vista gets this. Oh no, it was after the play.
Yeah. So they did throw the interception, and there was a flag afterwards. So.
Yeah. So Thunderidge does get to keep the ball, but they are going to be moved back quite a lot here. So definitely a big test for the Mountain Vista defense here. Can they come out, be strong, and keep the score neutral here at 7-7?
Grizzlies could have had a pick 6, but now they're pushed all the way back to midfield. Not what Mountain Vista was looking for. They had 2 risky plays, a pitch where it was almost a sack and a almost fumble and then an interception. So not the best drive for Campbell Lancaster. Here's White. Looks like he's going to go deep, and it's caught. Thunderidge is down at the 2. Carl Sauer, another one who has that small frame. A lot of these Ridge Grizzlies, as Brandon was talking about, as a lot of the seniors have left, so now it's these younger juniors and sophomores that have come up. But they're doing just fine against the Eagles right now.
Let's see if they can punch it into the touchdown here.
White is going to hand it off. Great play by Mountain Vista.
Yeah, Spencer Lambert trying another one of those up the middle, up the gut, punching in runs. But it doesn't work this time. Good stuff by the Mountain Vista run defense.
Second down coming up. They've already gotten themselves in a hole, Mountain Vista, but to recover, they might hold out and force Thunderidge to go for the kick instead of getting a touchdown. Lambert again, and he is through. Touchdown for Thunderidge, and they're up a touchdown. Now, what was the loud Mountain Vista crowd is kind of in shock right now. And now it's the Thunder Ridge crowd that's kind of taking over the loudness in this stadium.
Well, I mean, that's just some bad luck from Mountain Vista. They had a pitch that was seemingly almost a sack fumble there, and then they had a fumble that was recovered by Campbell Lancaster barely, and then they got a pick on the very next play. I mean, that's just a really, I guess their luck just kind of ran out there.
Kick is good. 14-7. Grizzlies lead the Eagles. 4:30 left in the first quarter.
And I mean, the real question now is going to be, can Campbell Lancaster recover from that interception, get his confidence back, and start leading this Mountain Vista offense again?
Because at this point, with all the bad that's happened, at least you want to do is stay with Thunder Ridge and get the tie rather than go down 2 touchdowns in time for the second quarter to start. As we talked about with these seniors, like they really want to get Thunder Ridge this year, and they were really at school pumped up for this game, and they haven't showed it. Really, it was just that first drive, and they looked a little slow and lackluster the rest of this first quarter.
Yeah, that first drive was absolutely explosive. Good runs, good passes. I mean, what more can you ask for? They kept the ball well. But I mean, those second and third drives not as good, kind of declining in quality as the drives go on. But we'll have to see how they can recover from that. Tristan Smith back to get the kick again. Once again, look for him to make a big return here.
It's not going to Smith, and he
looks
stepped
like
out of the end zone. He was going to run it.
Yeah, looks like that was
Alberson on that right side, Tristan Smith on the left side. And the rule is if you kneel it in the end zone, it is forced out to the 20, but he did step out, so I'm not sure why the refs called it down.
Well, Mountain Vista's going to line up here again. 2 wide receivers on either side, 1 back in the backfield.
Lancaster. A run again. Didn't work this time. Maybe a gain of 1 or not even a gain. 173 rushing yards the Golden Eagles had in their first 2 games. The running hasn't been so strong. The passing is what made that first drive so special. If I was Coach Cash, I'd probably get more passes to Tristan Smith maybe, or outside handoffs to Whiteside. Lancaster for the 4th time is going to run himself, and he's very capable, and he gets down. I'm pretty sure that's a first down. And it is. Good run by the junior.
I mean, that's definitely a good play to help you get your confidence back. There's no one open, and you got a linebacker coming up through the A-gap trying to get you. I mean, you just go around the outside and get them on a 10-yard run there, first down. Good play.
Now trips to the left. We've seen the trips on the right side a lot more this type of game, but that's the same play that caused the touchdown. It's that almost straight shot to the left side to Tristan Smith, and he went that first time, went right down the sideline and scored, but gain of about 3 on that play.
Yeah, another bubble screen, and I mean, another play really designed to help Campbell Lancaster's confidence build up. I mean, you can't really miss that kind of a pass.
So 2nd and 8 coming up on Vista's 33. They're going to run it to Hicks, and a gain of about, he's pulled down right where they started. Seems like to me, Noah Hicks is kind of the guy who's going to run through everyone, as to Whiteside, who's going to look for a lane and try to make some more moves.
Yeah, which is definitely interesting because most of us had Colton Whiteside pegged down at the beginning of the season as the bruising back who would just try and punch it in through the holes up the middle that the offensive line would try and create. But I mean, Noah Hicks so far has shown to be a little bit more of a flashier of a running back.
Good first down right there.
Aaron Albertson there. I mean, he hasn't been too involved in these first 2 games for Mountain Vista, but I mean, we're going to have to see how they involve him because he's definitely one of the other better wide receivers on this team.
Yeah. So far it's been that pass to the left to Smith or the rollout to Whiteside, so Albertson, his first catch of the game, and it was a success, first down. Lancaster looked like he was going to go to the pitch to Whiteside, but he's taken down by 4 Grizzlies.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to go to that same option pitch play they used earlier, but instead of pitching it this time, he hesitated, and that led to Thunder Ridge being able to get back there in time, get him for the good stop, and it's 2nd and 12 here now.
That might be a fallback to the new game plan. If they hesitate, as you said, too long, that they're caught in a hole, and all of a sudden you have 4, 5 defenders on top of you. Quick pass right to Alberson. He's got it. He caught it right at kind of the first down, and he didn't leave his feet and gained about 3 more yards after he got the pass.
I mean, that's a really good play there by Campbell Lancaster. The pressure's coming fast, and he just stands tall, throws a good pass to Albertson, and takes the hit well.
Now it's Williams, Smith, and Alberson on that right side. Whiteside back behind Lancaster. Oh, that was a weird little flop to Tristan Smith. That wasn't really a pitch, and he didn't really throw it. Kind of just tossed it up in the air, and Tristan Smith caught it, rolled out, and about a gain of 4. 2nd down coming up.
Looks like Whiteside's going to come off here, and Noah Hicks is back on.
Now they switch sides, trips to the left. As you said, Noah Hicks back on the field. 1:25 left in this first quarter. And this is just what Mountain Vista needed. In those big plays, they're getting the first downs, and that's what they talked about. Hicks has a little seam, gets through. Still short of the first down, but a good game.
Yeah, I mean, another good run from Noah Hicks. He's definitely been starting out the better of the 3 running backs here so far. I mean, we haven't seen any of Matt Smith, the sophomore, but...
Or Brian Williams, the junior.
Yeah, but I mean,
Williams.
between Colton Whiteside and Noah Hicks is looking the better running back right now.
Yeah. As Whiteside is used for more of those passes, and Noah Hicks is just trying to break through. This time they're going to pass it a little too high. Great catch by Alberson. Went up and beat 2 defenders to it, and a first down.
Yeah, and it's definitely interesting because as most everyone knows pretty much around the conference now, Tristan Smith is by far the Golden Eagles' best wide receiver. So, I mean, if Thunder Ridge is going to cover him really tightly, they're just going to exploit Aaron Albertson on the other side. And, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how much they use him in this game.
Alberson again, and he is, he went for the catch. He dove for it, but a little too far. I like the idea, though.
Yeah, though, like I said, another good pass to Aaron Albertson. I mean, he's fast, so he can he's basically a little bit of just kind of a copy of Tristan Smith pretty much on the other side over there. And I mean, they'll definitely want to use him in those kinds of fast run up the field, straight up streak situations.
In the first 2 drives, we didn't even see Aaron Alberson, and now it seems like that's the only guy they're throwing to. Lancaster is in trouble and almost intercepted, but going to Alberson again.
Dangerous throw there. I mean, that went pretty much right through the hands of the Thunder Ridge corner there. Number 28, that is Logan Ludwig. I mean, you got to be careful with that one. That was definitely a really risky pass there.
I think Lancaster just read it as Alberson trying to get just barely in and not go out of balance, but Ludwig comes in and goes right through his hands. No trips this time, 2 receivers on both ends. Whiteside in, Lancaster in the shotgun. A flag thrown, and he gets it off and low to the ground.
And I would bet that one is going to be a holding call on Mount Vista here.
Which is not good, as it's 3rd and 10.
Pressure on the play by number 56, Caden Chase for the Grizzlies.
Here comes the call.
And it is holding. And we're going to have to see what they're going to do here on 4th down. It looks like they're going to keep Lancaster out. They're going to go for it here.
I say that's a smart play because it's a little bit too far for the punt. I mean, the kick, and a little too short for the punt.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's not much you can really lose here anyways.
Yeah, even if Thunder Ridge gets the ball, it's almost the same position.
Well, looks like a
timeout
has been called here. It looks like it's a timeout for Thunder Ridge, so I mean, maybe that wasn't just kind of a play to draw out a timeout from Thunder Ridge, but I mean, we'll have to see if they come back out looking to go for this 4th down again here.
Looks looks like Lancaster is using an even split of rushing and passing. In the first previous 2 games, there was 309 passing yards, and as we talked about, 173 rushing yards. This game, it seems more even, and I'd say a little more but on the passing end, but he is running it to Hicks and Whiteside a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely probably has to do with this new philosophy shift that they've been having recently in recent weeks on the Mountain Vista side of the ball. I mean, they've got to try and figure out what they're going to do with this offense here, because they've got a junior quarterback who's never started a varsity game before this season, and they've lost a lot of their best players.
So
I mean,
after the timeout, it looks like they are going to continue to go on 4th down. Pass to Alberson's caught. A great decision by Coach Cash in 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Albertson's going to be both the safety valve and the focus receiver for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles right now. And they're basically going to force Thunder Ridge to cover him, or else he's just going to keep getting catches and maybe even a score here.
I'm just around the 12. Block. That was kind of a hard hit up into the face on Noah Hicks.
Looks like they're going to run a no-huddle here, trying to catch Thunder Ridge off guard.
Oh, and first quarter has ran out.
Oh, that kind of kills the momentum, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the first quarter here, Mountain Vista Golden Eagles are down 7-14 against the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies, and we'll be right back.
Back in the start of the second half, and as we talked about, ruining the momentum, they had a lot of good drive going down that side, and now they have to get a breather and try it on the second end as the second quarter has started. 2nd and 5, they're going to go to Hicks, and a gain of about 3.
Well, we're going to have to see what they're going to do now. Still in the no-huddle, it looks like. And, I mean, it's about a 3rd and 3 here, I would say. So you're going to have to question whether they're going to try and pass it short, get it into the end zone, or if they're going to try and trust in the running game here.
They're going for the same formation as they were in that last play when they ran it. And you're right, they will run it. Oh, actually, Lancaster's going to run it himself. He's in the end zone. Touchdown for Mountain Vista. A great run. Oh, flag is on the play. 2 flags. That was obviously after the play, so.
Yeah, this could be anything, really. Maybe personal foul. Who knows?
My guess is the touchdown will stand, because you saw both flags go up after Lancaster was down in the end zone.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Definitely. I mean, definitely good play for Lancaster. He gets out of the pocket when the pressure comes in. He scrambles up the middle of the field, and he just powers himself into the touchdown. Yeah,
faked a lot of Thunder Ridge defenders. And it's touchdown. Flag was after the play.
Yeah, it seems like that flag was either a non-factor or a penalty on Thunder Ridge, which was declined. We don't really know, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Brady Stevens now, as we said, who has replaced Thomas Hall with that back injury. And that was the flag, so they're going to move Mountain Vista back. So this is a little bit of a longer kick. You don't see this too often in high school football. A good test for Brady Stevens.
Yeah, I trust Brady Stevens to put this one away, though. His first kick was pretty good, so I would trust him to put this one away, too. Looks like the referees are trying to figure out what's going on and communicate with the coaches a little bit better here.
As Brandon was saying, the strength in the leg that Thomas Hall in that first game was only kicking what normal PATs are, and that's right down the money. Great job by Brady Stevens, who was forced back after the flag, but didn't miss it by a beat.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Brady Stevens would miss a kick. I mean, I get that he is the second string kicker pretty much, but he's got a good leg, just as good as Thomas Hall, so I would trust him to put that one away easily.
And he did. Coach Cash is talking with the referees down there. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I think it must be some kind of discussion about that the flags that led up to that longer PAT there.
And yeah, obviously a coach would want to know what's going on, but it didn't matter. Brady Stevens with a spot on right through field goal.
Well, it's time to see how Thunder Ridge is going to react to this. I mean, their last drive started out in a really easy field position. They managed to punch it in through running the ball. And now that they're going to be further back, what do you think they're going to do here? Are they going to look to go through the air or on the ground?
So far it's been the running game, and that's worked for them. So if I was Thunder Ridge, I'd keep with what is working, but you never know since they're kind of the up and down team.
Well, that kick's going to go for a touchback, which means that quarterback number 7, Taylor White, is going to take over the Thunder Ridge offense again at the 20-yard line here. And we're going to have to see what they're going to do with this drive here. I mean, they definitely had some good success earlier in this game, but can they continue that success on this drive here?
And it's a back-and-forth game at the moment, so it just, we'll find out.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah. 3 receivers on the field, and Lambert behind. Lambert is that solid rock of theirs who, kind of like the Noah Hicks, who's going to run through the wall. Here he is. He's got the ball, and he's got some room. He might have picked up the first down.
Yeah, it's a good outside run there, and it looks like they are going to give him the first down. So good play there for Thunder Ridge, and we're going to have to see if they can jumpstart, if that can jumpstart this drive here.
Vista has 4 receivers on the field at all times, and looks like on this drive, Thunder Ridge is going for
3 and a tight end, looks like.
Lambert again, great play by Mountain Vista, about 5 defenders all on top of Lambert.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see how this Vista defense is going to react. I mean, we saw they lost one of their major linebackers earlier in the game to a bit of injury. Max Rupert, number 20, he's back out there right now, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of injury affects him throughout this game, and by extension, how it's going to affect the rest of the defense.
Now, they're going to give it to Porter and not Lambert. Porter, great job. Great tackle by Mountain Vista, just what they needed, and now a critical third down coming up.
And you have to question here, are they going to finally go to the air for something, or are they going to try and keep it on the ground and trust in their ground game? I would look for them to pass here.
Yeah,
especially
just because
with
the running isn't working as much as it was in those first 2 drives.
And especially with the trips on the wider side of the field here.
And you're correct. They do go over there, but a little bit behind target.
Yeah, Braden Freed there, number 8, the wide receiver. He tried to get to it, but it was just a little bit behind him, and he slipped on the turf trying to get to it. So it's going to be 4th down here.
I think Taylor White was kind of going for the, maybe if he can stop maybe to catch that, but he slid a little bit on this turf. We talked about that a little bit. It's not real grass at Shea Stadium, so it is slippery sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. It can get kind of hard to move your feet around and keep your footing on this kind of turf. So it's definitely a factor sometimes in some of these plays.
Which you see in the NFL stadium sometimes, in some of the domes they have artificial turf.
Another short punt here.
Taking away, almost hits Thunder Ridge. Oh no! Oh, he dropped it.
No.
Thunder Ridge has the ball. Not what they needed at all.
Disaster of a play there from Tristan Smith.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Smith, it took a hop and he reached for it. He didn't even have to reach for it. He could have just let that go and get out of the way.
I don't know if that was just. I don't know if that was just kind of a panic play, or I don't know what he was thinking there, but this could give Thunder Ridge the real help they need to try and get a touchdown on this drive now. Disaster of a play on special teams for once from Tristan Smith.
You could see the reaction of Tristan Smith. He was obviously upset about that.
Yeah, holding his helmet in his hands. And I mean, you could also see the reaction of the Thunder Ridge bench. They're
They
going
were
wild
surprised.
over there.
Lambert, right through the middle, touchdown Thunder Ridge, and they're going to go up by 7.
And I mean, what can you do about that kind of a lucky break?
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you get those kind of luck, if you get that kind of luck, you just kind of have to shrug and go, all right, thanks for the free points.
Yeah. So now Coach Cash is basically saying that play's over now. Nothing we can do about it. Let's get back on the horse and try to tie it back up for 21.
Yeah, and that's a big blow for Mountain Vista. They had the chance to keep their momentum going, take the lead again. And instead, a play on special teams leads to Thunder Ridge getting down the field really easily, pretty much through none of their own doing, and just easily scoring a touchdown.
And it took one play after they recovered it from the Tristan Smith error. Now Tristan Smith will be back on the field, and Mountain Vista will get a second crack at trying to tie the game. They did it once, they can do it again. They were down 14-7, and they had a long, successful drive that paid off for the tie 14, and they almost had a chance to go up 21, but the bobble from Smith was costly.
Yeah, Mountain Vista has just been having a really unlucky game so far. We've had fumbles, picks, bad throws, miscommunication, a fumble on special teams. It's not been going very well so far for Mountain Vista. And I mean, you really do have to sympathize with them, because it's definitely a hard thing to give up those kinds of plays, but at the same time, you kind of do have to demand better of them. They've got to get this under control, or else they're not going to win this game.
Coach Cash talked about resilience after a play in such case as which we just saw, and he talked about not letting it get in their heads and getting right back on it to try to tie the game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how they react now with that play having happened.
My guess is we might see a little bit more passing just to find some options. Good run. I believe that was Tristan Smith who got around the 20.
Well, now the real question is going to be, are they going to go back to utilizing Aaron Albrechtson as an every down wide receiver, or are they going to try and switch up their strategy now? I think if I was Coach Cash right now, I would say keep with Albrechtson. He's been doing really well. They're not covering him as much as he should be covered. He was the one who single-handedly made that last touchdown drive, so I would definitely keep with him.
Same formation, trips to the left, Albertson, that lone receiver on the right. He's going to go to the left this time. Oh, right through the hands.
Yeah, that was number 80, Johnny Evans there. Just a unlucky drop on that bubble route there.
Yeah. And that's just bad luck, you know. It was a good play. You could see if he caught it, he had a big gap and might have got a lot of yardage, but
yeah, I think it was one of those classic cases of just turning the look upfield and trying to figure out where to run before he really had control of the ball.
Hicks is going to run it this time in about a gain of 2. So now, what we talked about, a third down coming up, and that's what we kind of saw was the Albertson throw on a third and about 10 or 8.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they utilize the receivers on this play here, because they do have some inside help on the slot. Number 15, Cameron Williams, looking to hopefully get open over the middle, because they've seen the film and they know that Thunder Ridge can be sometimes exploited very easily over the middle of the field.
So there was a flag. Oh, they're moving them back, actually. There was a flag on the play.
Well, it looks like a holding call again on Mountain Vista.
So this is a replay of second down.
So second down and 20 here then, I guess.
Yeah, push them back even further. Yeah, second and 20. Just got word that it was block in the back, so that was the penalty. And yeah, as we said, second and 20. So I'd go for a pass here just because the run might not get you where you want to be in the field. And they are going to pass it. Lancaster will go deep.
Wide open.
Caught! He's going to go down the field. Albertson. He's clearing the touchdown.
And there's no flags on the field. That one's going to stand.
What a play. What a catch.
I mean, it's just like we said, they're going to look to Albertson and help drive this receiving offense. And I mean, he gets wide open on the sideline there. And Campbell Lancaster places a dot of a pass straight into his little breadbasket there, and he just takes it to the house.
And a critical play because it was 2nd and 20, so obviously if they couldn't get anything, they might be punting and a chance for Thunder Ridge to go up by 2, but a little more than they wanted. They got the touchdown. They were all the way at their own end zone. And
I'd say, starting from the 10, I bet that's a whole lot more than they wanted.
So, got it, and we are tied at 21, 9 minutes left in the half.
And I mean, that's got to be a confidence booster for Campbell Lancaster. We'll be right back after this short break here.
Just got the PAT, and we're tied at 21, and he's going to kick it off here to Thunder Ridge, and back and forth what we've seen so far. So it depends if Thunder Ridge is going to go up 28. We've seen a lot of points scored so far in this first half.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, last week against Rangeview, Mountain Vista scored 67 points to win the game, but Thunder Ridge so far, their highest scoring game has only been 14 points.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting to see how Thunder Ridge has been able to score so many points already.
And what we talked about, it may be the rivalry. Like, obviously, these two teams respect one another, but there's obviously a hatred there as well. So it pushes the teams to do better.
Yeah, it's definitely an extra form of competition, especially as the homecoming game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some extra kind of incentive to play better for both teams here. And we're going to have to see how they use that incentive and that drive to kind of push themselves further and make better plays.
As we talked about, Thunder Ridge, we saw Mountain Vista twice rebound from being down. Thunder Ridge isn't down, but a chance to go ahead once more.
And the real question now is, can they actually get a lead in this game for the first time since the first score of the game?
And that'd be huge for Mountain Vista to come up with a big defensive play here. They've kind of been getting walked on so far, and it'd be huge to go 3 and out.
Yeah, Thunder Ridge has already had one off of a weak throw from Campbell Lancaster that resulted in an interception and a touchdown from that interception. So
caught, first down. Just when we were talking about getting the 3 and out.
Yeah, that's number 8 there, Braden Freed. I mean, he's definitely a good receiver, so it'll be interesting to see how they utilize him.
And we've seen him, that's about his 3rd catch so far this game, so they are using him a lot. As we talked about, that doesn't have a lot of height on him, but very good receiver.
Pitch play here.
Lambert, gain of about 1. Good read by Mountain Vista defense.
Mountain Vista's defense on the run is definitely seeming to be improving. Sometimes they let up some big runs, but it looks like on the whole they've gotten a lot better, especially since that first game against Pomona.
Yeah.
Or Pooter, excuse me.
Two receivers on the left. He's going to fake it to Lambert. Great play.
We'll flag out on the field here. We're going to have to see what that one is.
Yeah, flag was thrown, but Taylor White was taken about 10 yards. We'll have to see what the call is. And it's on Thunder Ridge. So that is very fortunate for Mountain Vista.
Seems like
pushing back even further.
Yeah, seems like another holding call possibly there on Thunder Ridge. But either way, they're going to get pushed back a long distance here, and they're going to have to make up a lot of ground here to try and get a first down on this,
And this was the
drive.
play that we saw the last touchdown was. It was a 2nd and 20, which resulted in a long touchdown by Aaron Alberson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they approach this kind of a play. 2nd or 3rd down, really long distance. Are they going to try and go deep like Mountain Vista did, or are they going to try and play it safe and grind out some yards here?
Yeah. And that Vista play was kind of risky because we've already seen an interception so far in this game. White rolling out. Oh, right down the middle. Caught. It's Porter again, and we talked about his skill, and Thunderbirds is going to score. Right as we said, are they going to go up another touchdown? They do it, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, Mountain Vista's defense is not having a good night so far here. They're giving up plays that arguably you shouldn't be giving up. I mean, they had some good safety coverage on that route across the middle, but they still let him get past in between to those safeties. And then as soon as he has the ball, Porter just runs it up, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop him.
And that's the 2nd time we've seen that play where Porter ran it down the sideline. That one right up the middle, but his speed is definitely an impact. While 2 defenders for the Eagles were just frantically chasing him. Going for the PAT, and yeah, as we talked about, their highest was a 13-point game, and they already have 28, still 7:45 left in the first half, which definitely is a huge improvement for their team. Kick us up is good, and it's 28-21 Grizzlies.
And it's a good point of speculation to say that if Thunder Ridge's newfound point scoring acumen is the fault of the Mountain Vista defense, or if it's a good stroke of luck and some skill from the Thunder Ridge offense. I think that it's probably a mixture of both. I mean, we've definitely seen some good plays from the Mountain Vista defense, especially on the running game, because they've been struggling with that in recent weeks, and it's always great to see them really kind of pick up their game in one area. But at the same time, it seems like they've kind of regressed in some of their cornerback coverages.
So now, as Mountain Vista did get that first touchdown of the game, it is kind of, as we've seen throughout the scoring in this game, it's turned into Thunder Ridge getting the lead every time, and a question whether Vista can tie it or not.
And the problem is with that is that at some point you would expect that eventually they won't be able to match that.
Can't tie it every time, but so far they have, and they're going to try again.
Yeah, it's really been touchdown for touchdown through this game. The only drive that pretty much hasn't ended in a touchdown was that Campbell Lancaster interception.
Oh, a squib kick.
Don't want to risk a return from Tristan Smith again.
Always got to be careful when there's a lot of tackles and bodies around that you don't fumble it. And we've already seen Tristan Smith, as we were talking about, maybe he was under pressure, drop the ball. So, and that's what the turning point was for Thunder Ridge, who kept getting ahead in this game. So Lancaster, Noah Hicks behind him. 2 receivers on both ends. Tristan Smith will move to the right side, and Hicks, who goes right up the middle, a lot of room, a spin-orama, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Hicks has looked a lot better here. He played pretty well against Pooter. He was a decent running back to come in for Colton Whiteside. From what we heard, was a slight ankle injury, and they didn't want to aggravate that any further, so Whiteside was kept out. Hicks came in, did a decent job, and now he's doing even better in this game here.
Haven't seen Whiteside in a while. They've kind of kept it up with Hicks. Strips to the left. Great play. Oh, and he tripped.
Johnny Evans again. That's the 2nd time a bubble route has gone pretty bad for him. The first time he drops a pretty easy to catch pass, most of us would say, and then that time just an unlucky slip on the turf.
Yeah.
As you said, the turf can be really slippery sometimes. It's hard to get a grip with your cleats, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects these teams.
Both teams that do play in the stadium, so they are used to it, but yes, it can be very slippery sometimes. Lancaster in the shotgun again. Seems like he's been shotgun every play, and he's going to throw it to Hicks this time. Oh, and he gets right around. What a play. Looks like he was going to get taken down right around the 45, and let a defender go right around him, and he blocked it off. And Noah Hicks, a great run. Now Whiteside will come back in. Hicks is having a great game so far.
Yeah, Hicks has been really on fire so far. We're going to have to see if Whiteside can match it or if they're going to possibly bring out the sophomore Matt Smith to try and get some reps.
Or Bryce Williams, who we haven't seen at all. Whiteside now, gain of about 1. And this is what Vista needs. They might be slower drives, but they're getting the right plays at the right times to march them down the field.
Definitely. That was a good play for Colton Whiteside. I mean, there's not too much room on that play, but he still just goes straight up to the O-line, gets about 4 yards on that one. So, I mean, you can't really fault that kind of a run from him.
Lancaster looks to the left, deep throw, looking for Tristan Smith, but I don't know if that was too far or Smith stuttered a little bit because he didn't break stride, and it would almost look like it was in the hands a little bit, but incomplete.
Yeah, that's another exploitation of that coverage that we were talking about earlier about how Thunder Ridge can sometimes be really exposed over the middle there. Tristan Smith was wide open all by himself. That would have been a touchdown if it just gotten into his hands.
So big 3rd and 7 coming out. They have kept Whiteside out. I don't know if they want to give Noah Hicks a breather after that great run. Caught! Alberson again! He's going to go down, and it's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Aaron Alberson, once again, scoring the touchdown.
There is a flag on the field, though. This one might be coming back again.
Oh, no. Just when you thought.
Just when you think that there could be
and it is
another great play. Mountain Vista's coming back here.
That hurts.
Coach Cash coming out on the field to discuss the play with the officials.
Actually,
it seems like they're still staying up there, though.
I wonder if it was...
It's going to be a touchdown.
To Aaron Alberson, his 2nd catch of the game. And just as we said, that was a 3rd and 7. So if Thunder Ridge would have stopped that, Mountain Vista wouldn't have been looking so sharp as this 2nd half is nearing its end. But great play to keep with them. And as we said, they're staying with them, 28-28.
Yeah, perfect play from Albertson. He gets the ball in a tight window in the middle from Lancaster, and he manages to get it all the way around to the other side of the field on the sideline. Gets up faster than any of the other Thunder Ridge defenders. Gets a touchdown. I mean, what else could you want, really?
Yeah. As you said, on the other side of the field, the Tristan Smith play was kind of right down the middle. Alberson caught it and went around a loop, and kind of that Porter had that speed to break through. Kick is up by Brady Stevenson is good, and 28-28. We'll take a break. 5:58 left in this 1st half.
Once again, tied up. That's the 5th touchdown and the 2nd quarter.
Like that that flag was on Thunder Ridge because they moved Vista the kickoff. That's move it up. Oh, he's gonna run it out. That's a
very unlucky play there for Thunder Ridge, but they're gonna get lucky.
They're signaling safety. It should be because he ran it out and slipped. As you see, the crowd right here is all signaling safety.
No, it looks like they're going to get really lucky there and call it a touchback.
I don't understand why he stepped out and then slipped in the end zone and was touched, which in my book would be a safety.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting call. But, I mean, there's not too much you can do about it. And right now the real question is going to be, can the Mountain Vista defense now finally get a stop on Thunder Ridge? We just had a little bit of a replay there, and it looks like he was just inside the end zone when he touched that one. So they really get off the hook there with that one.
Lambert tries to spin around, and great job by Mountain Vista defense.
Yeah, Mountain Vista's defense has definitely been picking it up and running and stopping the running game over the past few weeks here.
We've seen on both sides, Lambert for Thunder Ridge and for Mountain Vista Noah Hicks, they've tried that when they're going on 3 defenders, they've tried that spin around the move, which hasn't worked so well for Lambert, but has worked for Hicks, as we've seen throughout this game. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to run it to Lambert again and finds a seam. Oh, he just breaks right through. Wow.
Really unlucky for Lambert there. He just managed to get a little bit of a nick on the foot there, and that was enough to trip him.
And that's what you need for Vista, because if he wouldn't have got that nick on the foot, as you said, he would have been gone, because with his speed, he clearly would have went right around Mountain Vista cornerback.
Yeah, I mean, the Mountain Vista defense does have its ups and downs sometimes, but it's been an improvement over the past few weeks, definitely.
Porter now.
Porter gets stuffed.
Yeah, flipped over and no gain there.
In fact, it looked like a loss of a yard on that one.
Yeah. 2nd down coming up. And it seems like both teams so far have been, they're kind of getting stuffed or stopped on the 1st and 2nd down, and then it's that 3rd down where they come up with these big plays that we've seen some of them a touchdown even.
I think the defense is definitely more attentive on the 1st and 2nd down, and then they kind of relax towards the 3rd down. Oh, that's a controversial call right there. Defensive pass interference.
Number 40, Michael Brennan, who clearly upset. He got in the way and, pass interference.
Yeah, that one's going to cause a lot of controversy.
Not what Mountain Vista wanted, as if he wouldn't have touched him, I was a little too far, so it would have been incomplete, which would have been a 3rd down, but now Thunder Ridge is working with a 1st down after the flag.
At least we would assume. We don't really know what the penalty is yet, but it looked like they are probably going to call defensive pass interference here. Yep, defensive pass interference on Mountain Vista. And that one is going to cause a lot of boos and jeers from the Mountain Vista side of the crowd section here, and a lot of cheering from the Thunder Ridge side.
But fans may boo, but clearly looking at the replay, it was pass interference, so not what they wanted, but it's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do that sometimes. Like, you just can't do that on a pass play.
Especially at this point of the game where you're trying to stop the defense so your team can get ahead in the game.
Especially when you haven't been able to stop them all game.
Yeah. Here's Porter with the speed. Tries to hop around, but is taken down short of the 1st down.
Yeah, about an 8-yard gain there on the jet sweep. And it's interesting because the jet sweep has been a pretty heavily utilized part of the Thunder Ridge offense over these first 3 games. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they're going to keep it up and keep utilizing that jet sweep, or if they're going to try more different run plays to try and, divvy up their play calling a bit here.
Porter.
It's like a fake jet sweep there. Lambert's going to have it.
Yeah, they fixed Porter, gave it to Lambert, and that'll be a 1st down. We are looking at the clock right now, 3:50, and with these runs, it's running the clock in between the plays, so Thunder Ridge has to be careful with that. They do have a lot of time, but maybe when the ball is eventually to Mountain Vista, they'll have a little time to work with.
I think that might be the plan for Thunder Ridge here. They're trying to run down as much time as possible.
So Vista will not have momentum, and as we've talked about, Mountain Vista in their first 2 games, they're more of a 1st half team, and they start slowing down in the 2nd.
Looks like another 1 tight end set here.
Lambert gets the pitch. It's taken down. Got about a gain of 3. 3:26 and counting down as we speak. And as Brandon said, what they want right now is to burn as much clock, get the touchdown, so Vista doesn't really have any time to make a play.
Yeah, and that would definitely be a lot really hurtful to Vista's chances here because they go into the halftime break, down a touchdown, and of course morale in the locker room at halftime would definitely be pretty low after getting up, letting up their 5th touchdown.
Lambert goes right around and he does it again. Wow, oh, it looks like a shoe fell off actually. That's how fast he was running.
Looks like his cleat came off there. But the good thing for Mountain Vista is that gives them just under 3 minutes to try and respond here before halftime. And
the story of this game is the Thunder Ridge touchdown and the possible rebound for Mountain Vista. 2:51, the clock will stop, but Lambert, I think that's his 3rd touchdown. Him and Porter with that great speed. So now, yeah, they've doubled their points from their last game, and we're still in the first half. That's how great they're doing and how bad they want it after Mountain Vista had a good start.
Yeah, Mountain Vista's not been having a good game so far on defense, and they really need to kind of go into the halftime break and really pull it together, get rid of these kinds of mistakes and penalties, and really just try and focus on getting a stop.
And their game plan, you know, what the rivalry can bring out retaliation, which can cause flags. That's definitely what Vista didn't want to do in this game. So they want to try to keep calm and be on their guard and not get the flags, as we did see in that last play, which, as you just saw, led to a touchdown. So 2:51 left in this first half, 35-28 Grizzlies. Andrew Bookman was going to kick it off to Alberson or Smith, depends on what side he goes. We haven't seen a run back. The first play of that Pooter game was a run back, which was taken back by a flag.
Yeah, called back by a penalty. Unlucky. Would have been a great start to the season.
And it looks like it's Alberson who's going to look for a room, and he's right through. He's got around. He's going to do it. Aaron Alberson, he's high-stepping it. Right down, and right as we said, we've not seen a kickoff return right in front of our eyes. Aaron Alberson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 2:40 left.
Aaron Alberson has been...
There's a flag on the play again.
Oh, not again. Referee's got to spoil the fun.
That can really hurt because this game is just constantly going back and back.
Cash standing out on the field with his arms outstretched, looking pretty angry.
Oh, touchdown.
It's still a touchdown.
Every time there's been a flag, and it's a little bit of a delayed reaction. And
refs can't seem to make up their mind, really. Maybe Cash just kind of intimidated them with the arms open posture, like, what are you thinking? I mean, Aaron Albertson has been a revelation for this offense tonight.
Yeah.
They have been exceptional so far.
After that second drive, he didn't have no throws were coming to him, and all of a sudden in that 3rd drive, ever since, he's been getting the ball, and 3 touchdowns have scored. 35.
He has been the spark that has allowed Mountain Vista to keep in competition of this game. It's been phenomenal so far. And you got to wonder what's going to happen at halftime with the Thunder Ridge defense and Aaron Albertson. Is Cash going to try and emphasize him even more? Or, looks like the extra point was no good.
And that, as we talked about, can hurt you later on throughout the game. Brady Stevens missed that one. And he did get the long one earlier. Refs are still on the field talking about something, but we're just Brady Stevens is going to have to shake that one off.
Yeah, I mean, we have that happen in the first game against Pooter with Thomas Hall missing an extra point as well. And it didn't really matter in the long course of that game because not too much.
In a tight game like this, later, sometime I would expect to see a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they're going to have to make up that ground now. It might be only a point, but only a point can come back to haunt you at the end of the game.
Yeah. Marcus.
Well,
Stevens will kick this one off. And still, we talked about Mountain Vista not going to have enough time. Now Thunder Ridge has a lot of time, 2:40. That kickoff return took up about,
another touchback here.
with the speed, about 7 seconds.
Once again, Ridge takes over. First and 10 from their 25.
So now Taylor White, and this is exciting for the fans. They didn't have their home opener. It kind of turned out to be a dud at the end, a good start, but right now they're going back and forth. And as we talked about, keeping up with them, and that missed PAT might hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, it's definitely got the potential to come back and haunt them towards the end of this game, but we're going to have to see. Really, the real question now is still the Mountain Vista defense. What are they going to do to try and respond to this?
Yeah.
They've had all kinds of, penalties, defensive pass interference, just some iffy run coverage at times, some iffy pass coverage at times, and you've got to ask the question whether or not they're going to be able to really firm up, get rid of those mistakes, and try and truly stop this Thunder Ridge offense in its tracks.
Come out. I wonder if Coach Cash will talk about that in halftime.
Yeah, I think the locker room talk is going to focus quite a lot on the defensive side of things.
So a flag on that play, move them back 5, but it doesn't matter as Lambert goes right around again. A cutback move, and Lambert has had an unbelievable game. It's kind of turning into a running competition between Lambert and Hicks.
Wow.
Both of them back and forth.
A bit more of a run-pass competition between Aaron Albrechtsen and Stephen Lambert, but Lambert has definitely been carrying this Thunder Ridge offense. And I mean, when you do have that kind of running ability on your side, the entire playbook opens up for you. You can do pretty much anything. Play action, long deep passes, screens, runs. Pretty much anything can happen now.
And what we talked about with his speed, like Mountain Vista could be reading the play right, but they're clearly just getting burned. Lambert again, and just what we're talking about right there. Like a simple play, a gain of 5 yards, but he might be a small guy, but he pushed his way through, and they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, I think it definitely comes down to his ability to be able to read those holes, read the defense and how they're shifting, and then be able to hit those holes fast enough to be able to move.
Clock is ticking. We are approaching the 2-minute mark of 2-minute warning. Going to get it off. Taylor White's going to run it again to Lambert. No gain there. Good play by Mountain Vista defense.
This time he gets stuffed.
But as they keep running it, the clock continues to tick. So if the Grizzlies want to get a touchdown in, they're going to have to hurry.
At the way that they're running the ball right now, 10 yards a pop, really, they can still get into this end zone just by running it. It's really going to come down to the Mountain Vista defense being able to stop that kind of running attack and keep them out of the end zone to end the half here.
White is going to look to the right side. Almost intercepted. The whole crowd thought it. Even we thought it up in the booth here. Right in the hands. Not even close to the intended receiver.
I believe that is
Will Morris, the junior.
Will Morris. I mean, he had it in his hands and he just bobbled it.
You can see the frustration. He really wanted that one. And that would have given us a minute and a half to try to get down and take the lead.
Yeah, another really bad break for the Mountain Vista defense here. And I mean, you got to feel for them. They've been having some great opportunities and they just cannot seem to capitalize on them.
3rd and 8. We hear the roars from the Vista student section trying to get him back in the game. Caught.
And he will get the first
Oh,
down.
and he will get more. Braden Freed again. We talked about Lambert mostly with the running game, but when they do want to throw it, Freed is the man, and he's done his job in this game.
Yeah, another good throw to Freed. He comes up short to get the ball. He manages to just shrug off a tackle and just barely get over that first down line. But then even then, he manages to extend the play further, going down that sideline, getting an extra few yards.
It's the extra push that these Thunder Ridge Grizzlies are putting into to gain some more yardage. 1 minute remaining. Taylor White's going to give it to Lambert, and about a gain of 2 there. So now the clock is still ticking. Thunder Ridge has to keep an eye on that. 50 seconds. Mountain Vista defense their game plan right now is just to try to stop them. And where they are right now might be a little bit of a long kick.
Yeah, Thunder Ridge here, 2 timeouts left with only 30 seconds left
Taylor
in this
White.
half. Ooh, another close pick opportunity there from that corner. That looks like number 40, Michael Brennan. He almost had a pick there.
Yeah, and he's the one earlier in the game that got the flag, so
for pass interference, yeah.
good for him to rebound and good play.
Almost an interception. I think that the wide receiver was just kind of in his way there, and he just kind of had to go with the swat, but that was another really close play for Mountain Vista.
And the swat sometimes is the smarter move because it gets it to the ground faster rather than giving it an opportunity to go up in the air and a chance for Thunder Ridge to catch it.
Well, 31.8 seconds here in the second quarter.
Big play, 3rd and 9. He's going to go deep. Interception! Mountain Vista gets the interception. Just what they needed, and now the smart move would probably be just to get to the half tied, or actually down a point.
And it looks like, can't exactly see from here, but that might be number 32. Number 32 would be Ryland O'Donnell, the safety.
Yeah. And we haven't seen a lot of action for him in that game. 24.7 seconds left.
You think they'll go deep to Albrechtsen again here?
It's kind of risky play because you don't want an interception after you just got one. And Lancaster's going to actually run it himself. And he's just going to try to get out of bounds, and clock will stop at 19 seconds left.
Yeah, the really good play from number 32, Ryland O'Donnell. He reads the play really well. He gets up to try and stop the short pass, and instead he ends up getting in the perfect position to make that interception and probably turn this half around here right at the end.
When we spoke with Coach Cash, that was part of the game-changing plan. He was talking about his cornerbacks. They've been reading the plays well, and it paid off that one play. Lancaster a little high, great grab, but not a gain. It was caught, so my guess is they'll just let the clock run out here and get into the halftime. They're looking like they're
no-huddling.
Lancaster's running. They got 4 seconds. They got to get one off, and
they're not going to get it.
Looks like that'll be it. So we will be going into halftime, 35-34 Grizzlies, and this is an electric atmosphere. Electric. Great rivalry.
Yeah, and we'll be back after halftime with our analysis.
2. And now to continue your halftime entertainment, drum majors Alyssa Boji and Sophie Camp and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagle Marching Band.
getting set for the second half between Thunder Ridge and Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. What do you think we can expect to see in the second half, Brandon?
Well, I mean, it's definitely been interesting on offense for both sides so far. It's been an explosive game from Aaron Albrechtson and number 26, the running back for Thunder Ridge, Spencer Lambert. It's been an explosive game on offense, and I would look to see that trend continue on throughout this game. And I think the real story here is going to be the defenses for each team. How are Mountain Vista and Thunder Ridge going to react coming into the second half, especially with Mountain Vista being able to get that interception right before the end of the first half?
Yeah, that was key because Thunder Ridge could have went up another touchdown, which would have thrown off the weird kind of back and forth game they're having.
Yeah, but at the same time, Vista did have a blocked PAT, so they are still behind by one.
Yeah. And as we talked about, statistically, Mountain Vista has been a second half kind of slope that kind of fell apart in the second half in both their games. So I don't know if that'll happen this time. My guess not. I guess they would continue to have the push because it's Thunder Ridge, their biggest rival.
Definitely. Something interesting over here going on the field. Number 35, Brady Stevens, the Mountain Vista kicker, practicing some really long field goals.
He's around the 35, kicking them just a little bit more practice after he missed that one, because it might come down to, like, with how close this game is, it might come down to a game-winning kick, and I think Cash is just getting Brady Stevens prepared for that.
I mean, he did just pin some, like, 50-yard field goals, so it could come down to it.
That wasn't off the stand. That was with a holder.
That was with a holder, yeah. It'd be definitely interesting to see this game come down to a 50-something yard field goal going barely through the uprights from Brady Stevens.
Yeah, the scores in the past, 2014 for these seniors, as they were freshmen, they won it 21-14, close game. 2 years ago, it was 34-14, kind of blew them out. Last year, Thunder Ridge taking it 35-13, so this is obviously a change in this high-scoring tie we have right now, so this might come down to a really great finish. And that's really great for the fans, because a lot of fans ordered tickets for this game because it really was a big Colorado high school battle, and to see a game slip away, a blowout, might not be as fun. So to keep it this tight, it's good for high school football.
Yeah, I think last year was kind of a disappointment for both sides because Thunder Ridge did get that 34-14 win over Vista, and it was kind of a blowout in the second half. There was really no chance for Vista. So I think that this kind of a really high octane offensive game that's really close, I think that this is the best way to do it for both teams. And I think that all the fans, no matter what the outcome would be, will go away at least somewhat happy with just how entertaining the game was, even if their team does lose.
Because it's a spectacle of a good game, and although a hurt wood loss, as you said, it was entertaining. Well, we will be back after warm-ups are over for the start of the second half. We are having a bit of difficulties with the camera, so we will try to keep you posted, but it might be a little bit of a wait. We're going to try to fix the problem, but just so you know, we will be back shortly.
Yeah, we will be back shortly. Technical difficulties, everyone. Sorry. We just come back here, and the first play that we get to show you is a touchdown there from
Lambert again.
Lambert again. Another great run.
Just when you thought maybe something in the halftime would have messed up something for Thunder Ridge, and that really as Lambert just ran about a 70 right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much you can do. You just kind of have to keep buckling down if you're a Mountain Vista defenseman and just, try and get those stops.
And I would expect, well, let's see if they make this PAT first for Bookman. He will get it. So now, Mountain Vista, they have the opportunity, if they get a touchdown, maybe go for 2 to try to tie it. So now the score will be 42-34. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies over the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles as we get on our way in the second half, the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a great way for Thunder Ridge to start this half, getting a pretty easy touchdown on a really short offensive drive. And for Vista, I mean, that's got to hurt. I'm sure that in the locker room they were talking about firming up on defense, being able to stop those runs, and then pretty much instantly right off the bat, they kind of just give up a 70-yard touchdown run. So it's got to be disappointing if you're Coach Cash or any of the defensemen, really.
As we talked about right after the halftime, maybe Cash had some words of motivation and obviously didn't show on that first drive. A shorter kick.
Yeah, they're afraid of those kickoff returns now.
Got to be careful with that.
Seems like they're afraid of those longer kickoff returns from Albrechtsen and Smith, huh?
Garrett Kesmat, who did bobble it a little bit, but good thing he recovered, as we saw with Tristan Smith, who did not recover, which led to a Thunder Ridge touchdown in that first half.
Yeah, good play there for Jarrett Kesmat. I mean, the ball comes down kind of bouncing all around and you touch it and you don't get it. The first thing you got to do is just make sure that you secure that ball. He did it well, and he was able to hold on to that hit.
So let's see how Campbell Lancaster reacts in this second half of play. It's going to give to Hicks.
Looks like he lost a yard there.
Yeah. And they had that same play with the trips to the left and Albertson on that right side, who I would not be surprised if they might go to him on this next play. It's worked about every time for him, so.
Yeah, just to kind of test, see if they're still not going to really give him the proper coverage respect.
We'll give it to Hicks, actually, and he's just shy of the first down, but a great gain. Third down coming up.
I think that's definitely going to be very important for the Vista offense here to try and spark up their running game. Well, it seems like according to the announcers, we are going to have a lightning delay of about 30 minutes here. Seems like a new front has moved in from the west over the Rockies, and it looks like they're going to pause the game for safety reasons, just to make sure no one gets struck by any lightning. Always the smart, safe call to make, and we are going to be back hopefully very soon with the continuation of the second half of this game. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies lead it with 9:58 to go in the third quarter here. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies 42, Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 34. We'll be right back.
evacuate the stadium if you have a car. You need to get in your car. Everyone will have to get back in the stadium when the lightning has gone past. If you do not have a vehicle to get into under the stands, it is acceptable, but we do need everyone out of the bleachers. Once again, fans, everybody must evacuate the stadium. If your car's in the parking lot, go wait out the lightning delay in your car. If not, we've got some room underneath the stadium. But everybody must be off the bleachers. Thank you. There's plenty of room on the north end of the stadium. If you want to evacuate, get down to the north end, you can get out immediately. We do need everybody out of the bleachers.
We'll take you guys sitting right up in here. You need help, Todd? I'm gonna set them right in here. What? I'm gonna let you in there. Going this way. I'm taking you to the press box. I know. Go this way. Go to your right. Don't worry about them. Let's go. Come on. They're going to move too. Hey, Cash, you too, Cash. You know I gotta give you a hard time. I haven't seen you.
I know. My brother's like on the field. If I need to find him, can I get on there? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's in the
Ladies and gentlemen, in approximately 10 minutes, the teams will be back out on the turf, and then the fans can filter back into the stadium at 9:15, and we'll try to resume play at 9:20. So 10 more minutes, and we'll hopefully be out of the lightning delay.
We can steal the parents' blankets now. Now's our chance. My bed. I'm gonna go onto the 50-yard line in the very center of the field, okay? And I'm just gonna stand there.
said the teams come out at 9:15, and then they'll have 3 minutes warm up. Once the teams are out, they will let everybody else back in. Let's give them a minute just to make it marinate. Plan is that when 30 minutes hits, they'll bring the teams out, and then they'll get 3 minutes, and then they'll bring everybody else in and start.
Thank you. Hey, get in the kid, moving back. Hey, you guys, everybody take 10 steps back. Hey, you guys, I need everybody back on this floor.
We good now? It is time now. If you're within earshot of the stadium, lightning delay is over, and we can get back to the homecoming game. Come on back to the stadium. We got more football to play.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this game. The Mountain Vista Golden Eagles taking on the Ridge Grizzlies. We've just come back from a lightning delay here, and we're looking to get this game underway midway about through the third quarter here.
Yeah, it might throw off, do you think it might throw off the team's strategy or how they've been doing so far?
I think this could be a big turning point, especially for Ridge, because they've, of course, had the momentum pretty much this entire game. And having an arbitrary delay like that for half an hour, I mean, you got to think Coach Cash might be thinking that one was sent from up above, because it gives him the time to really try and focus down on his defense and make sure that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and after Thunder scored that big touchdown, it might throw their game off a little bit. Atmosphere-wise, it was a little bit unfortunate because you saw so many people leaving after they gave the warning, so it might not be as much as of a electric crowd as it was before, but we'll see.
Well, I'm sure that no matter what size the crowd is going to be here, it'll still be electric. I mean, it's a homecoming game and it's a rivalry game, so I'm sure that no matter what, even if there's one fan left in the stands, I'm pretty sure he'll still be cheering really hard. So I think that no matter what size the crowd is, I think that they've definitely still got a good impact on this game.
And fans are just storming through. They're getting their way back into their seats. And it might be a while to get them all back here, but clearly a lot of them left. I don't think they realized it was just a delay. I think they weren't clear. They might have thought when they said go to your cars, they were telling them to leave.
Yeah, but I would say that I'm pretty happy with the amount of people that have stayed. I think that it's good to have a big crowd still, and I think that the fact that this crowd is still here is proof of the fact that we've had a really good game here, and these people don't want to see it end this way. They want to see a thrilling conclusion to what's been a thrilling game so far.
Yeah. Well, we will be back at the end of warm-ups as Mountain Vista has the ball. Well, we are having difficulties with the camera, so until we get it fixed, we will be doing a little bit of a radio broadcast. So
Yeah, this
just
should be
listen
something interesting, huh?
and we'll try to do the best job of what is happening on the field. So if you did not know and you're just tuning in, it is 42-34. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies over Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. 9:26 left in the third quarter.
And 2nd and 9 here on the 46-yard line. Noah Hicks just had a really good about 20-yard run, and then he just got stuffed on a 1-yard play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 here on the Thunder Ridge 46 here from Mountain Vista. And we got to see what they can do here.
Hicks is still out there. 2 receivers on each side. Shotgun. Campbell has been in shotgun this whole game. They're going to pitch it to Hicks. He's got some room. Hicks drop either short or at.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be 1 yard short of the first down here. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 1 here.
And Matt Smith will get his first appearance of the
Ooh.
game.
The sophomore, Matt Smith, he tore it up against Pooter in week 1. He was probably the best running back on the field, so be
We'll
interesting
see
to see
oh,
how he
right
does.
away they're going to give it to him. He's going to go right up the gap. Oh, he fumbled. And no one knows. I think
got it,
Thunder Ridge
though?
got it.
Oh, it looks like the refs. Flag. Oh, it looks like a Thunder Ridge player is having a dispute with the ref.
Thunder Ridge has the ball at the moment.
Oh, but it looks like they just might have committed a foul on the referee there. One of the players was getting up in the referee's face here.
What we talked about, not losing your composure.
Yeah, this could be really interesting here. So it seems like
Thunder Ridge will get the ball.
Even with the penalty, Thunder Ridge will get the ball. Really unlucky for Matt Smith. That was a really good starting run, and he just got hit too hard and the ball came out.
Always got to remember, even at the hardest hit, you got to tuck that ball in the arm.
Yeah, I think that one
loose on the arm and it popped right out.
Yeah, I think that one got punched out of it. Yeah, and it is going to be a personal foul on Thunder Ridge.
So that will move them back, but they do get the ball. That's not what they needed, because now they have a chance to go up 2, which they've been getting a touchdown almost every drive with the runs for Porter and Lambert.
Yeah, interesting penalty though. It seemed like one of the Thunder Ridge defenders seemed to get up in the ref's face and try and accost the ref while they were trying to make that decision about the fumble call there. So they're going to start at the 10 on the 11-yard line, 1st and 10 here with 8:37 to go in this third quarter. And they are in a weird spot to start out this drive here.
Yeah, working back from their own 10. Lambert is behind Taylor White. That same formation they've worked with all game long. And it's Lambert again. He's gotten so much yardage this game, and he continues on that little short rush there. It can be the smallest run, and he gives the extra effort to get a few more yards.
Yeah, I mean, that one looked like it was going to be contained for about a 2-yard run, and instead he manages to get around the edge of that tackle there and turn it into an 8-yard run. And I mean, just that little bit of extra effort, that sometimes can change the whole game for a team.
2nd and 2 coming up as the time dips below the 8-minute mark in this third quarter.
Thunder Ridge running 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and they hand it off to Lambert again.
And he'll get the first down, pushing his way through the Mountain Vista defense. So getting the first down. And Mountain Vista, it looks like they're losing a little bit of push in their game there. Kind of getting walked on right now by Lambert and Taylor White.
Oh, another jet sweep here.
Across in Mountain Vista territory, and a good breakup by Mountain Vista.
Yeah, looks like a flag is down though, and I bet that one's coming back on Thunder Ridge for a holding call.
Braden Gross, number 17, ran it all the way back, and looks like he got the first down, but as Brandon said, the flag, which looks like this is coming back.
Yeah, it was a good jet sweep there from number 17 for the Grizzlies. Wyatt Ham, the wide receiver, but yeah, it looks like this one's going to come back due to a penalty, so that will hurt the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies here, and instead of a 2nd and about 3, it's going to turn into a 1st and probably about 20 here. And this could turn into a real big situation for this game.
As we've seen, though, for both teams, they've dealt with the 3rd and 20, 2nd and 20, and it's resulted in a long run by Lambert or Hicks or a catch by
Aaron Albrechtson.
Yeah. They will run it. Lambert found a seam. Good tug on the jersey flag.
Horse collar tackle
Yeah,
there.
can't do that.
Yeah, and it looks like whatever advantage Vista did have from that penalty is now going to be gone. You just can't do that kind of a horse collar tackle and expect to get away with that one.
Especially after you just got rewarded with their penalty, and now you get one as well.
And especially when the running back, Lambert, was about to break into some open field there and probably get at least an extra 5 yards on that run. And taking him down from behind with a horse collar tackle, that's just not acceptable to these refs, and they're going to absolutely every time call that one.
So they still don't get the first down, but much better position on the field rather than 1st and 20.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a 1st and 5 here now.
Maybe even shorter, 4 maybe. Now 2 running backs to this 1st and 3rd, still on this first down.
Oh, looks like
Good breakup.
Lambert again. And he doesn't get any yards on that one. And it's going to be a 2nd and 3 here. Mountain Vista definitely still struggling on defense to contain these runs by Lambert. He's kind of just running all over them. So
Yeah, and that should be the mindset of Mountain Vista's defense now. They're not. Taylor White isn't even passing anymore. It seems like he's going to Lambert every play.
yeah, I think at this point that the Grizzlies are kind of just trying to run out the
Oh, he's
clock
going to go
here.
to the deep shot.
Oh, broken
Flag.
up. Flag, defensive PI. Another penalty for Mountain Vista.
Joe Chrissa, the senior, the center back. It was a good play, but he took him down in a fashion that is illegal.
Yeah, it was some good coverage, but just at the last second, he smothered him a bit too much, and that one's going to come up against Mountain Vista again.
So now this drive isn't even turning into Thunder Ridge's offense. It's just turning into a bunch of flags, penalties that are helping them get down the field. A lot of boos from the Vista crowd.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can boo all you like, but that one's going to be called every time. I mean, it was good coverage up until the very end when he just had to kind of jump up on top of him to be able to swat that pass down, and, you know, you just can't do that.
Lambert behind Taylor White once more. 2 to the right, 1 to the left.
Motion, man, moving to the left. And they're going to run to the left here. Lambert.
Great tackle. That's just what they wanted. That's the perfect game plan.
Yeah,
by
Lambert.
Coach Gash.
Yeah, Lambert gets around that left edge, and he manages to stiff arm one Vista defensive end, but the linebackers come in, they make the good tackle, and it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Well, 2nd and 10 here on the Thunder Ridge 49, basically on midfield, with just over 6 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. The score still Thunder Ridge Grizzlies 42, Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 34, and Thunder Ridge looking to add to their points total here.
Fakes it to Porter. They're going to go deep on the right side. Almost intercepted. It was too far for the Thunder Ridge intended receiver.
Yeah, good play for White, but it was just a little bit overthrown. And that could have been a big play for Mountain Vista, but the cornerback there just could not get to that overthrown pass in time. And it falls just to the turf just like a few yards ahead of him.
Taylor White was looking for Ham, but it was a little too far. But also a little too far for the cornerback.
Well, now that's going to bring up the 3rd down and 10 here. And we're going to have to see what
Crowd's getting into it.
Thunder Ridge can do here. 1 wide receiver on the left, 3 on the right, 1 running back.
We haven't seen a punting situation yet so far. Missed the tackle. He'll go deep,
Go
up
deep
in the
again.
air.
It's broken up, and there's
Good
no
play.
flag on the play. Well, that is going to be Vista's first true defensive stop of the game.
Yeah. For both sides, that's the first stop of the whole game. They were looking. Taylor White was looking for Porter. It hit him in the arms, and Cam was kind of right there, but I guess it happened too quick for him to have a reaction to catch that.
Yeah, interesting trends in these games so far. Both sides have had an interception, and then Vista gets its first real regular defensive stop by forcing a pretty much kind of a 4-and-out if you discount the penalties. And it looks like Tristan Smith, the guy who kind of miffed a punt return earlier in the game.
Yeah, which led to a touchdown. So if it's a little too out of reach, I would not touch it.
Yeah,
So,
he's definitely going to be more cautious about this one. He's not even going to go for it.
Smart, but unfortunate for Vista, it does get them down to their own 10. So working out of their own zone is Campbell Lancaster, 5:41 left in this third quarter. And this is a great opportunity for Vista to storm down, get a touchdown, and possibly go for 2 to tie it up after Brady missed that PAT earlier in the first half.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely going to be interesting because if you're down 8 and you know that both of these teams so far have been playing a really high tempo offense, I think it's going to be a good choice, a big choice for Coach Cash if they do get a touchdown, whether or not to go for the 2-point conversion.
Looks like Whiteside's back in there. Matt Smith had one opportunity. That's what led to the fumble. Noah Hicks is on the sideline at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking out for Matt Smith for a while now. I mean, it was a good run, but
they gave him the opportunity. But
yeah, the first rule of running back is always protect the ball.
Yeah. And at this point of the game, it was a costly error. Now Hicks is back in the game under flag.
Possibly encroachment there on Thunder Ridge.
Seen tons of flags in this game so far.
Oh, false start on Mountain Vista, and that's going to bring them back
even further
to where they started. An absolutely crucial moment of this game.
Yeah, 3rd and 11. This is where Campbell can deliver, and another big lightning strike. Oh, he slips on the turf a little bit. He's running. Got to be careful. Oh, hard hit by Porter. Oh, a flag?
Flag on the play
Spearing,
here.
maybe?
Possible. Could be some kind
And
of.
Porter put his helmet right in Wetzel's chest, and now, oh, Wetzel pointing helmet on helmet.
Yeah, it looks like they gotta try and fix his helmet there. It looks like his face grill is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And I think, well,
Well, we're not sure who the flag is on. Wetzel continues to get his mask checked on.
it seems like the
Here comes the
Vista
call.
Golden Eagles are
Oh.
moving backwards here. Personal foul on Vista,
So they might,
and it's going to be. They're not going to take the 4th and 4 here. They're going to take the 3rd and about 20 here.
yeah, 3rd and 4th and...
Oh, it is 4th down still, so they lost the down too.
Looks like Wetzel's still out there. Oh, no.
No, they're going to
Wait.
wait. No, Wetzel is going to stay on here. And
This is a big play.
This is a do or die moment here. Oh, no, it seems Wetzel's just going to be a punt blocker for the punt.
Lightning is clearly in the area. I'm not sure what the scenario is on that and the rule,
Here
but
comes the punt. And the play is stopped here. Flag on the play. Whoa. Thunder Ridge player flying into the ref pretty much.
and we'll see what the call is.
Another lightning strike here. Surprised they haven't called another lightning delay. I guess they just kind of want to get this game over with
Yeah, and I still got another quarter to go.
here. And false start on Mountain Vista. And this punt's going to be even longer now.
Yeah, so not what Vista wanted. If Wetzel really had no, all the receivers were covered, so his best bet was to run for it, but
Yeah,
obviously a
especially-
hard pop he took.
Especially because that pocket was breaking down on him from the left side, definitely. Oh, very close to roughing
Good
the
punt.
punter there. And that's a good punt. It's going to bounce
Gonna
past
bounce
the 10.
Yeah, right about to the 10. So now a chance for Thunder Ridge to go up by 2 or a great defensive play by Vista.
Well, yeah, Vista stopped them on their last offensive series, so we could be seeing the same thing again here. And it's going 10-yard line with 1 minute 38 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. The score is still Thunder Ridge Grizzlies 42, Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 34.
I don't think Lambert has missed a play. He's been back behind White this whole entire game.
And he's been phenomenal this entire game.
Yeah, we'll see what if they continue to run or you see the motion man Ham, and they will run again.
Oh, Lambert gets tripped up there, only gets about 2 yards on that one.
I think Vista is starting to adopt to the fact that they're running it. Wow, that was a big strike there. I think Vista is starting to adopt that they are running it. About 85, maybe 90% of the plays. So,
Yeah, I think they've realized that there's
Yeah.
really nothing to fear from this aerial attack so much.
and they're
Or at least
focusing more on getting
most definitely
Lambert down.
not as much as on this running attack. So
Lambert again, and he finds a seam, and he's gone. Thunder Ridge is going to go up by 2 touchdowns. What an incredible game by Lambert. Wow. What an individual effort on rivalry night.
I believe that's Lambert's 4th.
Oh, another flag.
Oh, another flag comes down on the field.
So maybe Vista gets a break here. And the ref's kind of making it sound like don't celebrate yet.
Yeah, it looks like White is having a talk with the referee, and he does not look that happy.
86 yards.
Yeah, he's coming back. It's coming. A holding call on Thunder Ridge will take away the touchdown. And the crowd is going wild right now. Very lucky for Vista. A holding call brings
They're
back
lightning.
the touchdown. And Vista have definitely escaped there. That was very lucky for them. Well,
Yeah.
51 seconds here to go. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that's a very fortunate break break, as you said, because now gives Vista an opportunity to maybe have some motivation, and they're still only down by 1.
Yeah, that was definitely quite a very lucky play there.
Based on that touchdown, Vista might not have come back from a 2-touchdown deficit.
Yeah, they've been finding it hard to score recently, and it looks like we have got a camera again, so we will be providing not only radio coverage but video coverage again.
So
big shout out to our support team over here.
Yeah.
And let's get right back into this broadcast. Well,
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the plan. If we do have to evacuate, you must get in a vehicle. You must be in a vehicle. If you do not have a vehicle, your parents must come get you, or we will evacuate you to Plum Creek, which is the school just to the west.
well then, we've got an even bigger lightning delay here. It seems like, it sounds like they're just going to end the game prematurely here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, with the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies still up 42-34. The football players and students that do not have cars are apparently being evacuated to Pine Creek to escape the weather here. What do you think about this ending here?
Crazy. It makes sense because we saw more of it, but it's unfortunate. Just players, it's a big game.
And it sucks how they keep having to wait.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a heartbreak for both teams here. They wanted to see a good end of this game, and instead it's going to get ended on a lightning, on a storm problem here. So it's an interesting end of the game, but it is an end nonetheless. The Thunder Ridge Grizzlies win at the beginning of the fourth quarter, 42-34 over the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles due to a storm problem.
We will let you know in future notice how this plays out with standings or how this works.
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, we are extremely sorry and sad to see this one end early. Good night, everyone. Actually, folks, we've got another development here. It seems like this game is not over yet. We are in another 30-minute lightning delay here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and it seems like we're going to have to wait and see how the weather develops with this one. Students that do not have a car are being evacuated out to Pine Creek to escape the worst of the weather, but anyone who does have a car is still staying here. This game is still on. It's not over yet, folks. So stay tuned. We will hopefully be back in a half an hour with hopefully the return of this great game. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies still up 42-34 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We will keep you posted on updates as this progresses. Well, folks, it looks like we've got a bit of a development here on the weather front. A big rainstorm has moved in to follow in that lightning storm, and it looks like the game has pretty much just been canceled for the foreseeable future. So we don't exactly know how this is going to affect the league standings, or maybe even possibly force a replay of this game at some other time. But right now, yep, they've just turned off the scoreboard. It looks like that might do it here, folks. Thunder Ridge Grizzlies win it 42-34 over the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Well, yeah. Okay, we've just gotten some confirmation from Principal Weaver. This game is going to be rescheduled at a later date to be played again. Hopefully Mountain Vista can get some more luck that time. But for all of you joining us here, we sincerely apologize for the weather cancellation. Yeah, that's about all we've got here. Good night, folks.